Welcome to CSO Lead podcast, where we break down the threats, the trends, and technologies defining modern cybersecurity today. I'm your host, Yavor Zlatev, and every episode we cut through the noise to bring you clear, practical insights from the front lines of the digital defense. If you're passionate about protecting systems, securing data, and staying ahead of attackers, you're in the right place. Let's get started. Today, we are here with David Gordon from Keepersecurity. Happy to meet you, David. Happy to see you here.
It's nice to be here. Yavor, thank you for inviting me.
Same here. Let's get started. We are eager to learn about Keepersecurity. You are a great vendor, one of the leaders in the cybersecurity industry, offering quite a lot of features, functionalities on the market in different, actually in different geolocations. So we are really eager to learn more about the solutions.
Sure, and I'll be happy to talk to you about that. So, yeah, I guess I'll begin then by just sharing my screen. So you see my screen, okay?
Yep.
Yeah, perfect. So, who is Keepersecurity? Well, Keeper has been around for about 16 years now. It was established in 2009. So we are a market-leading password management platform. But in recent years, we are also expanding into new exciting areas like privileged access management and secrets management, connections management, amongst others. But most people would still know us for being a password manager.
Indeed. Actually, most of the people associate FirstKeeper with the password manager, but even I have found that you have quite a lot of other features and solutions.
Absolutely, yeah. We're definitely branching out into other fields. So the thing to understand about us is that we are a zero trust, zero knowledge platform from beginning to end. Zero trust simply means that we eliminate the concept of implicit trust, and it really means never trust, always verify. So every single user, every device must be authenticated and verified at all times. And zero knowledge simply means that all of your data is encrypted on the end user device, the phone or the desktop, rather than in Keeper servers. So even Keeper does not have access to your encrypted data. So that's what we mean by zero knowledge. So we use AES 256-bit encryption to encrypt all of our customers' data. And so for any viewers who may not be aware, AES 256-bit encryption is the most sophisticated form of encryption that is available today. So all of our data is encrypted with AES 256-bit encryption. So we take our customers' data protection extremely seriously. And this is really attested to by the fact that we have so many industry certifications. I'm sure most, if not all viewers, will be familiar with ISO 27K1, 27K17, and 18. We have those certifications. Most viewers will be very familiar with GDPR. We're also GDPR compliant, and PCI, and FIPS, and HIPAA as well, and then SOC 2 counting, and GovRAMP and FedRAMP for North America. So what this really demonstrates is our ongoing commitment to be an extremely reliable and trustworthy platform that really earns our customers and partners' trust. Okay, so we are 100% committed to keeping your data secure at all times. Okay, it's also important to understand that no matter what platform you're on, if you're on a Windows environment, you can download Keeper. If you're in a Mac environment, you can also download Keeper, or Linux as well. And we offer a browser extension that you can download very quickly for managing password and credentials.
That's
And
very convenient indeed.
Yes, it's really, really convenient and helpful. And it runs on all the major browsers, so Chrome, Firefox, Safari, Edge, whatever it might be. So yeah, it's very, very useful. And then, of course, we have a little app which is really intuitive and easy to use. So we have an app for Android, and we also have one for iOS. So for any viewers who are interested in learning more about Keeper, I'd recommend that you download our app just to get a feel for what the platform is all about, and understand a little bit about how Keeper can help you to keep your passwords securely protected. So is that all making sense so far?
Yes, it's interesting for some of the functionalities I already knew about. I didn't know that you have actually a mobile application, so I'm going to test this out on, later on my own. So I have learned something new about Keeper today.
Yeah, that's good to hear. So with that, I'm just going to jump into our actual password vault. Okay, so this is our password vault. Now, I'm not going to do a huge amount right now, but I just want to give people a basic understanding of what the vault is all about. So look, this is where we keep all of our passwords and secrets. Okay, this is account settings. So you'll see I'm using a Keeper family license, but I could, if I wanted, switch to another license quite easily by clicking on switch account. And if I go in here, settings, you see the language, so you can change the language to French or German or whatever your native language is. We support quite a few languages. But down here, we can import passwords from another browser like Chrome or Edge or whatever it might be. And we can also export in CSV or JSON or PDF format. And we can do that in less than 30 seconds. So if you have passwords stored somewhere else, we can import or export them, as the case may be, very quickly and easily.
Convenient.
Yeah. So yeah, so that is what the vault looks like. So it's quite a nice, user-friendly and intuitive format. So you'll see here some of these folders, they have triangles, and then others are just plain. Okay, so the folders that have triangles are shared folders. These are folders that are shared with other people, other teams and company. What I'm going to do now is just create a new record. So I'm going to click create new and then record, and you'll see there are various different types of records that I could create. So a driver's license or passport or a medical record. For this demo, I'm just going to do login details like this. Okay. So I'm just going to login details. Next. And you'll see it brings up this. So I could, if I wanted, put in a username. If I wanted, but enter in my own password. We also have a little password generator. So quite a lot of people struggle now to come up with a password that is difficult to crack. Quite a lot of people will use their friend's name or their mother's name or their favorite hobby for their password. So it's not good practice. But we have a little password generator that to help you create a password. So that's what it looks like. And you can make the password as complex as you like. You can put in symbols or not, and click here. It'll show what the password looks like. So the password generator is just helpful for creating a password that is difficult for someone to hack.
Probably for the business audience, it's good to say that using Keeper, they're going to need to remember only one password practically. They want to access Keeper, and this is going to be for sure secured with two-factor authentication. So all the other passwords that they are actually keeping in the vault, they're going to have a very strong they're going to be very strong from that perspective and more difficult to hack, which is crucially important because the password vaults itself, it's a very important part of the cybersecurity stack. I do personally believe as and for every company at the end of the day. So putting all of the passwords in one place and able to generate complex passwords, it's a very important aspect of the cybersecurity of every IT environment and for the personal security of every person.
That's absolutely correct, Yavor. And yeah, so users only need to remember their master password to log in. They don't need to remember all the others. So yeah, that's correct. So in this particular example, you'll see I have the option to create, to upload files if I wish. I can also implement two-factor authentication, okay, and different options there. I could add a different field, phone number or email if I wanted. But this little tool here is really interesting to many people. It's the self-destruct tool. So let's say, for instance, you create a sensitive record, very, very confidential, and you just want to be 100% certain that this will never be seen by the wrong eyes. You can create a little self-destruct so that this record will self-destruct within 1 week or 30 days or even within 1 hour. You can set it to be whatever you want. But it just gives you that additional peace of mind that this record will never, ever, ever fall into the wrong hands or be seen by the wrong people. So the self-destruct function is very, very popular with a lot of our users, particularly business users who are handling sensitive information, like financial information or healthcare information, whatever it might be. So that's how we create a record. So I'm just going to cancel this.
By the way, what I liked on this particular page is the fact that you can generate also two-factor authentication codes, which can be recorded. So if the potential customer has a lot of records and using a lot of platforms, every platform can be with a different two-factor authentication code, which is actually kept secure on Keepersecurity Vault. Doesn't need to use authenticator on the mobile or another application. Practically everything in one place. Password plus two-factor authentication.
Absolutely, it's all in one single place. Yep, that's correct. So yeah, it makes for a better user experience, I think. So on the left-hand side, we'll see Secrets Manager. I'm not going to spend too much time on that, but that's where we store our secrets, so SSH keys and all that kind of stuff. And then down here, we have our security audit, and this really shows the overall security of your vault and let you know if there's any action that needs to be taken. Breachwatch scans the dark web to see if any of your passwords are there, and if they are, it'll notify you here, so you know that you need to go in and change those passwords. And it's rather surprising, really, and shocking how many passwords do in fact end up on the dark web. So Breachwatch is very useful. And then our deleted items tab is where all of our deleted items go. And if you delete a record or a folder by mistake, you can go in here and restore it quite easily. So it goes back into the vault. So that's
what I like here, if I can add to that, is the Breachwatch functionality very much. And I find it very useful because there is actual leakage of a password, that could be very convenient. But may I ask you about the security audit function? And I have noticed that when you have been creating the password in the record that you have initially created, is there a way how the company can enforce global configurations, for example, for the length of the password, for using special symbols, etc., something that can be actually as a policy that can be enforced to the whole organization?
Yeah, absolutely. And that is something that we can do from the MSP admin console.
Okay.
So I will be kind of touching back on that point later on, but yes, we can implement enforcement policies worldwide. So yes, we can do that. But yeah, that's the vault of an overview. I just want to jump in here very, very quickly. So This slide just demonstrates the Keeper value proposition at a glance. So, as I said at the very start, we are first and foremost a password management platform, but we are now branching out into secrets management, zero trust network access, and also endpoint privilege management.
Mhm.
This is all managed from the admin console that I'll go into later on. But the real power and value of Keeper is that this is all one ubiquitous platform, so one single pane of glass. And it really just reduces the kind of complexity and the headache involved in managing different platforms. It's all in this one single unified platform, all of your data together. So it just means that you, as a business owner or IT professional, can operate much more efficiently and effectively than beforehand. So yeah, that's it. So I will hand back over to you, Yavor.
Actually, that is very interesting. We saw how the password vault looks like. I noticed that in the last diagram you have been showing MSPs, MSSPs. Could you please advise what is the commercial model and how you're working? Are you working with partners? Are you directly selling to the customers? So actually how Keeper can get purchased by companies or by the end users, because that was an individual vote that we saw now. But as you have mentioned, um, through the MSP console, there are different set of functionalities and features, which probably comes with your strategy, from commercial perspective.
Absolutely. So the truth is, we do sell directly to end customers, but we also work very closely with a number of partners, so MSPs and also MSSPs. And also with distributors like the big names, Tech Data and Ingram Micro and stuff. It's just important to understand that the challenge that we face at Keeper is that thankfully, we are doing well as an organization and our products are selling, but our staff headcount is still quite small, only 600 of us worldwide. So it means that we simply cannot meet all of our customers face to face. And so we rely heavily upon MSPs, and we work very closely with MSPs and MSSPs all over the world to build those relationships with our end customers. And with our MSPs, we offer them a discounted pricing model so that they can better serve their end customers and give that sort of personal touch to the end customers and understand their pain points a bit better. So yeah, we have a vast partner network of also resellers as well all over the world, especially in Europe and North America, with whom we work very closely.
Okay, that is, I think, very interesting.
Yeah.
What about the compliance topic? What you can share about the compliance topic with us? Because we're living in a world where different directives are coming, I shouldn't say every day, but let's say that enforcing the way how the companies are operating. Example of that is the NIS2 directive of the European Union, or DORA. There are different standards in every geolocations, let's say it like that. In Middle East, there are also national cybersecurity standards. In USA, there are others. This is quite challenging indeed.
Yeah.
That's my personal opinion for every vendor. How you're addressing that, I should say, hot topic. I saw that you have ISO certifications, PCI DSS, etc., which is a crucially important part. But I'm sure that Keeper is thinking about the different regulations and how how it can help also as a solution for companies to be more compliant, because the compliance itself happens with a set of technologies, people, process, and technologies, and the password vault. That's my understanding. It's one of the key elements that every company must have in their environment, especially what you have been showing as a compliance breach module that can showcase for potential breaches, finding the threats fast or faster than others, and understanding that there is something wrong in the IT environment is crucial nowadays. So the compliance comes also with the reporting. I'm pretty sure you have also some reporting models that can help the information security managers actually to address the C-level, how the organization is going, like reports if there are any problematic users which have more often breaches, etc., etc. What you can say about this hot topic, as I'm always saying?
Yeah, it's a huge topic, Yavor, and I'm glad you brought it up. So the first point to address is, yes, within the MSP console, we do in fact have a compliance reporting tool. So IT managers can go in there and they can pull off a compliance report to ensure that everything is fully compliant at all times. But to go into a bit more detail, so I mentioned earlier that we are fully GDPR compliant. I mean, a quick example of this would be, so within Germany, for instance, there is a regulation that German data must be stored within the EU and preferably within Germany
Yes.
rather than in North America somewhere. So we are compliant. We have data centers in Frankfurt and also in Dublin, so where everything is fully compliant from that perspective. We also work very closely with the NIS2 directive to make sure that everything is fully compliant. Also worth pointing out, I mean, our PAM product, our Privilege Access Management, goes a long way towards ensuring that systems are fully compliant. So again, it's zero knowledge and zero trust. And it means that, for instance, when technicians are remotely accessing endpoint machines, they retain no standing privilege to those machines. So that's also really good for ensuring that everything stays above board and compliant with all local regulations. So with regard to things like cyber insurance, I mean, like one of the things we've seen a lot of the last few years is that quite a lot of customers around the world are still using an Excel spreadsheet with all their passwords, which is not good practice. And we're in the process of educating the public about how not to do that. But using a password solution like Keeper, where you store all your passwords in a vault and they're securely encrypted at all times, is very, very useful for the purpose of cyber insurance, because it's if cyber insurance providers can see that you're being responsible in terms of how you use your passwords, they're more likely to want to partner with you. So compliance is something that we take very, very seriously, and we strive to ensure that our customers are staying compliant at all times.
Okay, very interesting. One additional question, which I find very relevant. What is the industry experience of Keeper? Because I see on the website that you have public sector as experiences also, which is obvious for me. Fintech, actually different type of industries are being listed there. Can you please give some insights of, which are the sectors that are naturally using password vault managers? In my opinion, every company must have a password vault manager like Keeper without exception, because that's crucially important technology. But your industry experience is going to definitely help someone to decide, to use it if they still don't have it, which comes also with the awareness aspect of what we are talking about.
Yeah, it's a very good question. I mean, the truth is that every industry needs a password solution, but a password management solution. I think the industries that are, I suppose, most interested in what Keeper offers would be, well, the IT industry itself. I mean, tech companies across the world are really, really
they know the risks naturally.
They know the risk, exactly. They know the risk. They know how important it is to have an effective password management solution in place. So the big and small tech companies, definitely financial services too, hugely important sector for keepers. So banks, insurance providers, financial, fintech companies, they also love Keeper. And then
Healthcare for sure also.
Healthcare, absolutely. Pharmaceuticals, yeah. Security and investigations, all that. So, and also I think government and the public sector, they also are very, very keen to have a robust password management solution. So yeah, those would be the top ones. I mean, manufacturing as well, I think, and retail. But yeah, the big ones I think would be kind of financial services, IT, and the government. Yeah.
Very, very good. From architecture point of view, Keepersecurity, and just to make it clear for all the audience, Keepersecurity is a SaaS platform that is something that to me it's obvious, but I just wanted to make it clear. What I see also is that you're offering trial free, so you're offering free trials for everyone who wants actually to test the platform and to see what you have been showing, at least on the password vault section of the website. That's I really find really cool because the user experience and the fact that the people could get access to the vault and to test it out, it's super, super important. What else regarding the what you deliver from perspective of compliance? We have discussed as a topic also the architecture. You have covered also quite well, I think, the console and how it looks like. Also the certain standards which are being covered, like GDPR and ISO, etc. Do you want to share something additionally, for that particular podcast, something from your unique selling points, perhaps if we're missing something? I find the podcast very informative, to tell you the truth, as such.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely correct. I mean, what I would just say is that, I mean, what an increasing number of customers really love about Keeper is the fact that we do offer a platform within one single pane of glass, and it is very, very useful to configure. So I mentioned, PAM, but also secrets management. We can do all of these things from within the vault. And then, as I also mentioned, we can administer everything from the MSP console. So for MSPs, it just reduces the headache really of doing all these different tasks. So it's very intuitive in terms of deployment, in terms of training times. We're talking days rather than weeks or months. So it's very fast because it's cloud native and SaaS. It's good. There's no heavy lifting involved in getting it all up. It's not like some of the legacy PAM solutions that were very complex and only ran on-prem. So ours is it's very, very fast. And yeah, it's really helping a lot of companies worldwide to manage their IT systems more efficiently and effectively, and that's why I love being a part of that. So yeah, I mean, when I go into the MSP console later, I'll be able to delve into that in a bit more detail. But I think that's really our selling point, that it's all unified in one single platform. So.
Okay, if you can show us the MSP console, that's going to be great. Actually, that is going to be naturally the great point to cover. What I wanted to make as a major point is that practically Keepersecurity is ideal also for end customers, not just the companies, but for the companies it has special characteristics and features that makes it a very important platform to have. Actually, one of the first platforms to start, from my perspective as a Chief Information Security Officer.
Absolutely, yeah. So look, that's what the MSP console looks like. So this is the dashboard, just shows at a glance what's happening. This is the admin tab. So when you log in as an MSP, you can set roles and teams and two-factor authentication. So to create a role, we just do that here, whatever it might be.
That's practically the place where the MSP is going to be able to create individual company accounts and to manage the companies, to configure their individual settings based on their individual information security policies and security requirements. That's
Absolutely,
still
yes.
codified.
And
Okay.
yeah, to your point earlier about the enforcement policies, this is where we go to do that, so we can implement
That's cool.
enforcement policies here. So two-factor authentication or whatever it might be. So again, it just gives you as MSP peace of mind that these policies will be implemented all over the organization. So that's where we do that. So yeah, this is where we go to add roles. We can add a team here if we want. Finance team or whatever it might be, sales team, and provisioning. This is where we go to provision, so we can use single sign-on, always a very popular one for those in a Microsoft environment, but we can use Active Directory, LDAP, or email provisioning, so you can do it that way.
That is very, very, very important part, because with organizations with many users, they have to be able to import them and provision them in a way. So it's a super important functionality, in my opinion.
Then this is risk management. So yeah, it just shows the risk management. So users who've created records, but it just lets you know if there's anything you need to be concerned about. This is very interesting. This is the managed companies section. So when you, as MSP, when you acquire a new customer, this is where you come in to add them as a managed company. So you choose their licensing plan, whatever it might be, their licenses, and then this is what it will look like. So, for instance, if I take this company CyberCare, so if I'm an MSP now and I'm managing CyberCare, if I just launch this instance, this will show me what CyberCare.
This is the actual tenant.
The actual tenant, exactly. So yes, you as an MSP have the opportunity to co-manage the IT infrastructure with the tenant. You don't have to co-manage. You can do it all yourself if you want, but you have the option to at least share some of the responsibility with the tenant. So if they log in, this is what they will see. So the same dashboard, yeah, the users, and you can determine what roles people will have and what they're able to see and what they're able to do. You do that, so that's nice and intuitive. So that's the managed companies. So that's our security audit. So just as in the password vault, it's the very same. Compliance reports. So we touched upon compliance earlier. So this is where you can run your compliance report to ensure that everything is fully above board.
For C-level reporting, that is crucially important. You know, and what you have been and what you're actually showing, it's good in both directions. For companies that wants to manage their solution actually on their own, they can still get the solution from the MSP partners, which can help them just as an add-on when that is necessary. At the same time, the customers can have with your network of partners practically access to professional services, because the partners should be knowing the solution to be able to help the customers creating the configuration. So practically that gives a lot of options for the end customers as companies, you know, to use it either individually just to get the licenses on monthly on yearly basis, or at the same time to use the professional services from your partner network, which makes sense to me.
Yeah, totally. So BreachWatch, I've already talked about that earlier on in the vault. I'm not going to do it again, but endpoint privilege manager. So you can, if you wish, deploy a new package here within endpoint privilege manager across the different endpoints that need to be managed. And secrets manager, connections manager, and then down here, reporting and alerts.
Can you please give more information about the secret manager and the endpoint privilege manager, what it's all about and why it's used? Because we could be having also business audience here, so at least for them to give on a rough idea what it's all about. The password vault is more convenient, let's say, more easy to understand, but these two features as major points, I think would require some clarification, additional one.
Yeah, sure. So this is secrets manager. So this is where we would manage the likes of SSH secrets and those kind of very, very confidential pieces of data. So this is where we can go in to manage all that. So that's where our gateways. So you can, if you're installing gateways. So I've got no data to show here, but this is where you would go to
It's
do
used
all
for Linux server environment, let's say, most of the time for SSH secret keys.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, absolutely, yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's yeah, this particular product is becoming increasingly popular with a number of organizations across different industries. So it's very, very useful. Then
People
connection.
who have a lot of Linux servers and they have to manage them remotely are going to value that a lot because, in my
Yeah.
opinion, in one central place, one console, they are going to be having all of their credentials practically and secrets saved, and not to wonder if they're going to lose something, how they're going to recover the access to servers. So it's making it very convenient.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. So yeah, and then connection manager again. So this is, if you're establishing tunnels, if you're doing remote browsing, that kind of thing, this is where you go to do that. So again, there's an increasing level of security risk. Hackers are becoming better and better at hacking into these security encrypted connections that we have. So connection manager is a very good means of mitigating against these types of threats. So that's where we go to manage that. So yeah, that's useful for a lot of companies. And then in the reporting tool, so we have the option to create a report. So again, touching back upon the point that was made earlier about compliance, these reports are very useful in that sense. We offer 83, or sorry, actually that's not it. 90, yeah, I think it's 83 reports we offer now. But yeah, we can run reports as and when we need to. And again, they just ensure that everything is as it should be. So it gives you peace of mind that there's no red flags. You can also create an alert if you wish. So I mean, an example would be like if one particular user is repeatedly requesting account recoveries, I mean, that kind of thing, or repeated logins, repeatedly getting their password wrong, these kinds of things.
Very useful.
Yeah,
Very
yeah, yeah.
useful
Just
indeed.
and again, it just lets you know if there's anything you should be aware of, any sort of suspicious behavior, that sort of thing. So, yeah, we create the alerts there, and then external logging. We also offer that option. So syslog, for instance, if you're interested, we can offer that. Some of our MSPs like that, and then down here, if you're interested in co-branding, so we offer that as well.
So the logging, if I can bring back the topic,
Yep.
actually that data can get extracted to SIEM solutions and can be practically used on the long run as a proof that something has happened. Okay.
Exactly. So if, from the perspective of having like detailed audits and kind of SOC 2 Type 2 compliance, it's very, very
Yes.
useful. So yeah. So yeah, I was just saying, I mean, we can do custom branding. You can do co-branding with Keeper if you want for emails or whatever it might be. We have some little videos for MSPs who are just getting started on different topics, PAM and secure file storage. So it just means, like, as you can see from the dashboard, it's very intuitive. It doesn't take a long time to
Indeed.
learn how to use. It's quick and easy. You have all the information you need at a glance, and you can just log in very quickly, do what you need to do, help one of your managed companies, and then you're done for the day. So it's, yeah, I mean, in terms of onboarding, like it's usually a very, very fast process. It doesn't take long at all. And yeah, MSPs, yeah, but generally the feedback we've heard on the console has been very, very positive. So, yeah.
The subscription models, what are the options for the companies to use? As I have mentioned, probably yearly subscription and monthly subscription. Probably that's the valid point for also for end customers.
Yeah.
For the
So
companies.
it's we are billed monthly. It's consumption-based billing, and yeah, everything is billed monthly. So yeah, that's so yeah, I think you'll see exactly what it is that you're getting billed for. Oh yeah, so I mean, if you're an MSP and you have 10 or 20 or however many managed companies it is, you'll get one single consolidated invoice at the end of every month for all of those managed companies. So it's kind of a nice kind of unified billing interface. So it's it just again takes the pain out of it. All the everything that regarding to billings. So yeah, that's how our subscription works.
Okay. I don't think that I have any further questions because I believe we have covered the major topics.
Okay.
It was a very interesting podcast, very practical, technical
Yeah.
podcast that is really technical and very practical. And I'm sure that's going to be of a great value, not just for the companies that wants to have in their environment a great password vault like Keeper. I personally believe you're a market leader and what you're doing, it's outstanding. But also it's going to be good also for the end users, practically not for the companies, but the end users also to see what they must have for their uh, own personal cybersecurity and to protect their own even home needs. Because at the end of the day, what we are trying to do with the CSO Lead platform is to create the required awareness so the people to know what they should or they must have in order to be protected and to not have big cybersecurity incidents that can cause them big troubles. So, David, once again, I should thank you for the great podcast that we had today. As I said, it was very, very informative, and I really like it. And I'm looking forward for the next time we're going to meet when you're going to present some new features and functionalities. I'm sure that you're going to be evolving as a company.
Yeah.
New features and functionalities for sure are coming, and you will have what to share in the future with us.
Well, it's been an absolute pleasure to be on your podcast, Yavor. I think you're absolutely right. I think that we have a lot of work to do from our side in terms of educating the public about the best practices to follow around effective
Indeed.
password management. And I think these podcasts can be instrumental in making that happen. So yeah, looking forward to doing more podcasts with you in the future.
The community, to influence the community, how to be safe, it's crucially important.
Absolutely.
Just the business. Thank you once again. Thank you very much.
It's been a pleasure.